All right, viewers. So now getting into our show this morning. First up, we will be speaking with the Lambeau Credit Union as they're getting ready for their own election. So it's election period all the way around, right? So to speak with us this morning, we are being joined by Mr. Keigon Denoon, who is the Credit Union Committee member, and Ms. Leslie Ann Joseph, a staff member and MRO senior. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
How are you
Thank
guys
you.
this morning?
Good morning,
Good.
and thank you for having us.
Great. So Lambeau Credit Union, just tell us, first of all, who you are, how long have you guys been around? Just give us an idea.
So Lambeau Credit Union in August 28th of this year will be celebrating 79 years of existence. We were established in 1946 and we have been here consistently representing the people, making dreams come true. Lambeau Credit Union is one that I would say has been and continues to be a staple in the community. Over the years, we have literally contributed to not only what you would call village leagues and so forth, but we have contributed to shaping businesses, transforming lives, and ensuring that we do our part in making Tobago the greatest little island on the planet.
Great. And so you guys are now preparing for elections. So Ms. Leslie, can you give us an idea of, when is elections and what format will it take?
Our elections are carded. I think we're looking at April for our elections. And I think one of the focus points, what we're really looking at now, is to get persons to come forward and volunteer themselves. So the nomination process is on the way, and I want to ask Mr. Denoon to speak to the process again, because we really want people to volunteer themselves. Come forward. We have positions on the board of directors, the credit committee, and the supervisory committee. So we're looking forward for persons to volunteer now. It's going to be a labor of love. Of course, there are going to be some rewards, and we really want persons who are dedicated and want to see Lambeau Credit Union move from one place to the other. Because as the economic climate changes so rapidly, we really need to look at how Lambeau Credit Union is going to move forward. Mm-hmm. So that's why we're looking for new persons to come on board, get involved, and you're just going to have an exciting time. So I'm going to let Mr. Denoon give you the details.
Sure,
as
Mr. Denoon.
to go forward.
So the nomination process started on the 10th of March, and it finishes on the 4th of April at 3:30 p.m. You would have to, one, go online and download the form and sign it up, or two, you could go into the branches and collect the forms. You sign up the form, it requires proof of address in terms of a utility bill. It also requires 2 forms of identification. It requires also a COC, a character of certificate. You'd also need persons to recommend you who are current members of the institution. Additionally, if you are putting yourself forward to be a member of the board of directors, supervisory, or credit committee, you have to be a member in good financial standing within the credit union as well. Something to note, if you are considering being a part of the credit union and serving in supervisory, in credit committee, or on the board, you have to know that this is something that takes up a lot of time. So please, if you are somebody who is willing to serve, ensure that you have that available time to contribute to the credit union movement. Because as Ms. Leslie Ann rightfully said, it is indeed a labor of love. So if you are passionate about contributing to the credit union, passionate about seeing the credit union move forward in a very positive direction, passionate about helping members bring their dreams into reality, this is something for you. And I would encourage every young person to come on, be a part of Lambeau Credit Union, be a part of any credit union, for a matter of fact. The experience that you gather there shapes and pushes you so much further into whatever pathways that you want to go into.
And why is it so important, first of all, to just be a part of a credit union?
So a credit union is very different to a bank. Banks are for profit. Credit unions are not for profit. When you are a member of a credit union, you're not only a member, you are a shareholder. So you own part of the credit union. So when the credit union makes revenue, you share a part of that revenue and you get at what you call dividend. And so I am always encouraging my friends to invest, to save your money in the credit union. Last year, Lambeau Credit Union paid a dividend of 3.5%. If you look at the market currently, there are very few institutions that would offer you such a high dividend. And consistently, over the years, Lambeau Credit Union has consistently been able to maintain a very fair dividend. And this year, the dividend may, one, remain the same, or two, even go up a bit. And so it speaks to the stability and the leadership of the credit union. It speaks to also, for 79 years, for an institution to be around for 79 years, Kandace, they have to be doing something right.
Certainly. Now, give me an idea, Ms. Lazian, of, just the kind of people that you guys are looking for to be able to serve. And I know you also mentioned that there are some goals and there are things that you want to achieve for the Lambeau Credit Union. You want to reform it. You want to send it more into the future. Just elaborate a little bit more on those things.
We are looking for persons who would have at least a general idea of what is happening. Of course, you'll be trained when you get on board, but we want you to have a general idea. If you don't have an idea and you have a passion, we're still saying come forward. We're saying, let's say you want to get onto the credit committee. You want to have an idea, a little idea about loans and what is happening in the board of directors. They're the policy, that's the policy machine of the credit union. The board would take lead. So you would want to have an idea of your leadership roles. You would want to have an idea of maybe what happens with the board of directors, what you would like to see. Maybe you have a vision. Maybe you've been a part of another credit union. You have a vision. You want to see Lambeau Credit Union go forward. And we're also reaching out to existing members who have never served. This is your opportunity to come forward and take Lambeau Credit Union into another era. All right? We don't just sit back and say, oh, I'm not seeing this. Oh, I'm not seeing this. We want you to come forward and be a part. When you come forward, we will give you the necessary training so that you can function efficiently as a credit committee member, a board of directors member, or a supervisory committee member.
All right, great. Now, tell me a little bit about some of the things that we may not know about credit unions, and that why it should be considered, especially for somebody to step forward, first of all, to join, and then put themselves forward to, help lead the movement.
Well, there are a number of things that you have to take into consideration. As Ms. Leslie Ann rightfully said, you are exposed to a number of training. And so this training would not only help you in the credit union movement, but would assist you in your way of life, in terms of financial management, in terms of how the credit union functions, and so forth. Additionally, there are some things to note. When you are getting into the credit union movement, you are not a member, as I already said, you are a shareholder, and so forth. You are able to contribute to the policy implementation. Say, for example, you join the board of directors. I was a member of the board of directors, and we sat and we recognized that the need currently was that young persons are looking for ways to fund their education. And so we sat as a marketing committee through the board of directors and designed something called the PAL loan, the Professional Academic Advancement Loan. And this was for a very small interest rate. It's still accessible at the credit union. You can come, your parents could take it out for you, or if you are working, you could take it out for yourself. And you could use that to fund your masters, fund your doctorate, and so forth. Because when we saw that GATE no longer paid for masters and doctorates, the credit union stepped in and played that role, making that facility, that loan facility, accessible. We also have loan promotions running throughout the year. So, for example, we have our Easter loan promotion running now, in which we are encouraging members to save. So this is a loan for $60,000. We give you $30,000 in cash, and we encourage you to put $30,000 on shares to save. The thing about it is, you may look at it as just saving, but as a young person, if you intend to get a mortgage and so forth, when you reach that point at that juncture, they are going to ask you questions as, what is your credit rating? And if you have never taken a loan before, you're going to get a very high credit rating, or you may not even get a loan facility at all. But when you start with these smaller loans in terms of saving, and you build a good rapport with the credit union, and you build a good credit rating, it makes your life a lot easier going forward as a young person, because now you have a credit rating, you have a good payment track record, you would be able to access lower interest rates because you have a track record of being able to service debt and pay back on time.
How was your life changed since you've joined the credit union? How has that impacted your life?
Well, I was joined into the credit union by my parents many, many years ago. I think I was 5 or 6 years old at the time. I recently revived when I became a member of the board of directors. Going into the board of directors, I was a novice. But what I love about the movement, that even if you're going there not knowing, there are persons there to guide you and to teach you, and the training is accessible. So you don't have to be afraid of jumping into the water because you don't know. There are persons there who would guide you. Say, for example, like the president, Mr. Duke, he is one that is always willing to share his over 20-something years of experience within the movement. And the good thing about Lambeau is that they love giving young people the experience. And so you have the experience to attend trainings all over the world. You have the experience to sit in policy directive meetings. You have the experience to change the bylaws in terms of seeing where the bylaws may be a bit dated, making amendments to see how best you can advance the credit union. You have the opportunity to transform the marketing department. Say, for example, I was a member and still am a member of marketing. And so we have been working to change the face of the credit union. I'm sure over the past few years, you have been seeing us more here at Tobago Updates. We have been interacting with our members more. We have been listening to the cries of the members. And so when, as a young person, you join the credit union, you are now an agent of change. You can see the issues, you can see the problems that the members are facing, and now you can be a contributor to changing and transforming the credit union, thereby making it even much more better than it was 79 years ago.
And likewise, how has the credit union, especially Lambeau Credit Union, impacted your life?
Well, I have been working at Lambeau Credit Union for the past 10 years. I did not know anything about credit unions until coming to Lambeau. And being a part of the credit union, now I have the opportunity to tell young people, you can now save, you can now take a loan. You can now, if you don't take a loan, some young people don't want to take a loan to do anything. And some people tell you, I don't want to do a loan. No, you need to do a loan. Because when you're ready for that mortgage, when you're ready to do something, a big project, you need, as Mr. Denoon said, that credit rating. You need that history of good payment. And the credit union, you have the opportunity, when you are finished paying that loan, you have your shares. Your shares is still sitting there. And that is one of the things I want to really tell young people out there, get on board. Join one credit union, join two credit unions, come to Lambeau Credit Union. First of all, come to Lambeau Credit Union. We will walk you through the process. Even if you don't know, we're going to walk you through the process. Lambeau Credit Union has vehicle loans. We have, as Mr. Denoon says, we have loan specials. So we have something for everybody. And if we don't tap into the young persons now, we can lose them. So we want to really reach out to the young people. Check us out at Lambeau Credit Union. The staff at the counter is ever so willing to help, and we're willing to assist you.
And then what about older persons?
We're here for you at Lambeau Credit Union. Always here for you.
The thing about it is we have a very aging membership. So we appreciate our membership very much. If you realize, if you go through our Facebook pages and so, we have been going out, reaching the members who are unable to come, appreciating those members who have contributed over the years to the credit union. Something I want to mention, I'm always encouraging young people to be mindful of the decisions that you make now because they affect you later on in life. Especially bad payments on a credit card, bad payments on a utility bill like digital and so forth. These things show up on what you call your TransUnion report. And so always be mindful of your credit history because it only affects you later on in life when you want to take a loan or a mortgage and so forth. So be very, very mindful of the decisions and the actions that you take now. Ensure that you are not shooting yourself in the foot, as we say. As Ms. Leslie would have mentioned, we have a number of loan promotions. I would have mentioned the Easter loan promotion to you. We also have our anniversary loan promotion that is coming up, which is a maximum of 79,000 since we are celebrating 79 years. And so this is available to new and existing members. You can come to the credit union, access this loan facility. This starts in June, right after the ending of our Easter promotion. So look out for all the promotions that we have. Lambeau Credit Union, as Ms. Joseph rightfully said, we are literally always here for you. 79 years strong.
All right, great. And I mean, as we're getting ready to wrap this conversation this morning, what is something that you want to leave with the public?
I would just like to encourage persons to come to Lambeau Credit Union. Even if you are not a member, come to the credit union. I also want to encourage the existing members to have your accounts updated, because a lot of our members, we're not updating their accounts. So we really want to have the members come forward, update your accounts, bring in some new documents so we know who you are, we know that you are there. Some people will say, you all did not call me. We've grown over the years. We've grown from 3,000 members to close to 6,000 plus
6,000,
members.
yeah.
We're past that now.
Yeah.
So we really want people to update their accounts. We want people to come forward. If you're not a member, come join us. Come see if we can help you. We will give you honest answers. We're not going to beat around you. You will get an honest answer.
Okay.
And we really would like to see the financial climate of Tobago. We want Lambeau Credit Union to really impact the climate here.
Great.
And we look forward to that.
Right. And then again, when is elections?
Well, the elections are carded to happen in either April or May. So once we have finished the nomination process and so forth, well, the auditors and so forth, between April and May, we will be having our election process.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
And of course, if viewers want to know more, they can always contact the Lambeau Credit Union. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, well, viewers, we're going to go for a break and we'll see you again on the other side.